to game 2 of the Tolworth Mayhem 1500 points 40k tournament, where there is no Forge World, 3 detachment allowed, so that's a combination of formation, allied detachment, combined arms detachment, and other formations such as the Decurion detachment, which incidentally I use in my list. There you can see my fully deployed list on the table, with on the left my Decurion detachment led by Necrons, who is also my warlord, and on the right my Chaos Space Marines from Crimson Slaughter detachment, which is a combined arms detachment with a Lord, a Spawn, Heldrake, Molofin, and 2 units of Cultists. Game 2, I am playing James, who won the last tournament I attended. He's a very good player, and he shares the passion of Drop Zone as well, which is great. Incidentally, James works for Drop Zone, and he's very, very good as a representative for that particular game and that company. So James is a very good player, and he plays lists. We were laughing about how broken 40k is, and it's funny, but yes, it's true, it's broken. I mean, look at what I'm playing. Although it's not a super tough list, it is a tough list in terms of resilience, but it's not broken in such that there's no death star in there. There is a, well, I guess you can say the spawn star, but it takes a while to get there. However, he is playing Astra Millitarum with some GreyKnights, and the Astra Millitarum Psychers summon Demons. So yeah, GreyKnights and Demons, you can say, well, fluff. So hence the name of the list I put at the start of the video. But it's a challenge, and we'll see. Deployment is Vanguard Strike. So it's guards going to be in a corner. It's going to be tough to get there, but let's see how it gets. I made a few mistakes in there, but you'll see. I hope you will appreciate the game and see how Necrons can withstand the sheer amount of shooting from Pask and the Astra Millitarum. So there we go in my deployment. So I put the Necrons and Molofin right in the middle. I deployed first, and I'm going first. 1 unit of cultist is in reserve, the other one is deployed on the right there where there is an objective. My Lord and the Spawn will try to get on the left, either to get an objective which is in the trench on the left side of the table, or his guards, as you will see, which potentially will be in the corner at the back of the table there. He's got a Dread Knight, which will be interesting. I do have Ghost Weapon and a Molofin and a Chaos Lord, which hits pretty hard, so it could be a challenge. It could be interesting. I'm hoping my Fade ones will get some action this game, because they didn't last, failing their charge. So yeah, this is deployment. Hopefully I am going to be able to withstand his amount of shooting, but let's see. And for his deployment, as expected, he's got his 2 Wyverns in back, in front, behind cover, his Blob Squad with his Librarian, his 3 Psychers, and then he's got a Vengeance Skyfaring intercepting platform, so my Heldrake is gonna squeeze his butt cheeks when it comes onto the table. He's got a Dread Knight and the Pask Squad with a Demolition Cannon and the Pask thing with the 20 shots. Pretty nasty. So let's see how it goes. Oh yeah, he's got a Strike Squad, which is on the left side there, bottom of the screen. And this is a better look of deployment. So strategically here, tactics, I'm going to try to engage the Strike Squad with my Chaos Space Marine Lord and the Spawn. I need to stop force from that unit, so I will keep all my dice to get rid of that on his psychic phase. I go first, he did not seize, and yeah, I move pretty much everything forward. I run, so I get a squad of warriors, of immortals, single squad of warriors, the Lich Guards, Necrons and Drake on the corner there, and the Molofin. I thought about putting the Molofin first, but I could benefit from having my Ghost weapons in range for next turn, so that's where they are. My Chaos Spawns and the Lord move in the open on the left, and unfortunately they ran 1 inch, so they did not get into the cover, which is unfortunate. He's turn 1, and yeah, I dread it. So he casts his Psychic Phase movement is very literally move his strike squad into the trench there at the screen. His Dread Knight moves to the right of Pasca's squad to get in touch with the Flayed One, which I infiltrated 18 inches away from Pask, hoping for a charge on turn 3, not turn 2 if he moves Pask's. And yeah, Psychic Phase, he gets a few dice, and one with Psycho just gets transformed into, or gets transformed, burns out, and a Great Unclean One comes onto the table just right there. Oh yeah, and he did cast as well the power that allows him not to scatter with his guys. Yeah, unfortunate. But more importantly, his strike squad get force, and I do not. I get something like 4 or 5 dice, and I only roll 1/6. So unfortunately, that is on. In his shooting, he's focusing everything at Nemesis Zendrex's unit, and I lose 6 warriors. But Nemesis Zendrek, he's fearless on turn 1. So why is fearless? He has Zealot, so he passes all moral checks. And there's more shooting, and considering the volume and the strength of shooting, his dice roll weren't that good. My dice roll are pretty good, especially on the reroll for reanimation protocols, on all the ones. And yeah, he only kills 5 of 6 of my warriors. So. Oh, scrap that. He killed a few more. In fact, he killed the whole unit. So there you go. The whole unit of warriors with Nemesis Zendrek is dead, but Zendrek did just kill them to a wound, and Zendrek is by himself. But he's got no more shooting. Against the warriors, he's got shooting with his blob squads, and he shoots into my spawns. I say, yeah, I'm taking them on my rolls. I think it goes 4 or 5 wounds. I take them on my Chaos Lord, and I roll 2 wounds. So my Chaos Lord is already down to 1 wound from last pistol or last gunshot, which is not very good. And there, yeah, make the shot because in hindsight, so the Heldrek comes in on my turn 2, and I went straight into Vector Striking to get the Icarus gun. In hindsight, I should have flown Heldrek laterally and flame the strike squad. That would have been so much more helpful, and then I would have been able to focus my energy on taking down the Great Unclean One. If the spawn get 6 on their mutation table of 5/6, they get poison 4 up attacks. That would be helpful, especially if I get something like 24 attacks. So yeah, in hindsight, I wished I moved the Heldrek laterally, shut down the or killed the strike squad, which I would wound on a 2 and normal save. They'd be all gone, and there would be 1 threat for my back because the strike squad is already in my backlines, and the only thing I would have to worry about would be other demons being summoned or the Dread Knight coming up. So yeah, there's the big Vengeance Icarus Twinling Last Cannon on the table. He has to shoot the closest thing, so if I keep my Heldrek far away, he will be able to shoot it when it comes in, but maximum is going to be what? 2. Well, he could potentially destroy it if he's getting very lucky, but ideally the probability is that it would cause a glance or a hull point. So yeah, in hindsight, I should have run Heldrek laterally, take care of the strike squad, and then move it into the blob squad next turn, and maybe hover and stay over there. But hindsight is 20/20. So yeah, I move the Heldrek straight up, Vector Strike the Great Unclean One, do nothing. The rest of my unit move up. The Morphine moves up in the open, saying, hey, shoot at me, don't shoot at anything else. The Tomblade go and support, they were in reserve, they come and support the Chaos Spawn and the Lord, which moved on the right of the Great Unclean One. Unfortunately, the strike squad has force weapons, so he will kill every single spawn if he wounds them, which which I'm not really looking forward to. So yeah, I'm hoping to kill a few of the strike squad with my 6 Ghost Strength 5 shots, ignore cover, and then go and contest the objective. On the right hand side, the flayed one move out through cover into and closer to Pask unit. And then the rest of my warriors, the Immortals, Zendrek joins the Lich Guards. They move into the ruin there, and they will be in range of shooting his Vengeance weapon battery and the Pask tank squad. Shooting isn't that good. I think I kill nothing with the Tomb Blades. Strike Squad stays alive. A combination of firing from the Immortals, I believe, and Heldrake. I destroy the Laz, the Icarus Vengeance battery, which is cool. I charge the Great Unclean One with my spawn and my Chaos Lord, thinking, yeah, it's a great idea, I can take it down. And got a lucky roll, I need a 9, I get a 10 with my Flayed One, so they are in contact with the Punisher Cannon, or the whatever that is. And you know, he's got 2 health points left from shooting from the Immortals or the Warriors, the 5 warriors that were left. So it's possible. I just need a 6. But yeah, combat doesn't go well. I do kill the tank with a Flayed One, which is awesome. I do destroy. I do wreck it. And unfortunately, the Chaos Spawns don't do anything. My Lord causes 2 wounds to the Great Unclean One, but it's really tough. So 4 wounds left. I've got 1 wound on the Chaos Lord. 1 spawn already has 1 wound, and I've got another spawn available. That's not good. His Strike Squad comes out of cover and gets close to the Great Unclean One. And there I forgot the rule, and my opponent forgot the rule as well, is that GreyKnights, well, Imperium in general and Demons, they don't go together well. So at the start of this turn, anything which is 6 inches, well, it's not this turn, but it will be at the next, because they are Desperate Allies or Apocalypse, they need to roll at the start of their movement phase when they are within 6 inches of a Desperate Ally. Do nothing if they roll 1. So unfortunately that should have been done next turn, but it did not. He's got a unit of Astra Millitarum coming out of reserve, and they come up right there, just behind the Flayed One. That's not really nice. In shooting, his autocannon and I believe the Pask tank destroy my Molothin. He causes exactly 3 glances. And then more shooting, I believe from the autocannons, maybe from the Dreadknight that is close. It kills 1 of my warriors. Dreadknight causes a few wounds, but I believe I save them. Yeah, very tough Necron warriors. His arrived unit just kills 1 of my Flayed Ones, so I'm down to 4. And for a different perspective look on the battlefield is what you can see if you are an Imperial Guard. Okay, so more shooting, and yeah, the Necrons, after 3 turns of Imperial Guard bombardment, start to look much thinner, but still there. There's about 4 warriors left, about 3 Imperial, so 3 Immortal, sorry, and I've got 4 Lich Guards left with Nemesis Zendrek. So ultimately the units are still around, and Zendrek gives them their always goodies, but yeah, not ideal. I wish I had the Molothin left, but you know, he's got so much stuff that I'm happy and I'm glad I still have what I've got left on the table. In his assault phase, the Strike Squad charge into the combat with the Great Unclean One and decides to choose the lesser of the 2 evils and attacks my Chaos Spawns and the Lord. After combat, this is what it looks like. I got 2 spawns left, and he's got all his units, which is unfortunate. Chaos Lord hits the dust with his remaining wood, unfortunately. But then the Great Unclean One hits, strikes. Oh no! I failed my moral check. Now the Chaos Lord is gone, and the unit of spawn is no longer fearless. And they run away, and he catches me. I think I rolled a 2 and he rolls a 5, and he's got higher initiative. Even his Great Unclean One has higher initiative. So I made a mistake. I did kill 2 of the 5 strike squad, which moved all the way there, and the Great and Clean one moved into cover over there towards the objective. And then on top, his Dreadknight chose to charge. It charges the Immortals. We get, I think, 1 wound through in Overwatch. Then in my turn, my second squad of cultists come in. They run all the way there around that objective. In hindsight, I should have moved them a bit further away from the strike squad, so he couldn't charge me, but I didn't. For a little story, he thought the strike squad would be in deep trouble. He considered twice before charging. He thought Overwatch would kill them, and then the sheer amount of attacks would get through. Statistically, yeah, I could have get 1 or 2 down, but yeah, knowing my roles, it didn't work this way. And he had his fair share of bad rolls at the start, so it's highly likely that he's gonna get hot dice this turn. My Tomblades move up, try to get Pask off, and my Heldrake moved to the right, try to get the infiltration unit off the table and away from the objective. My Flayed one moved down. I believe they failed a moral check when they got shot down to 4. Yeah, and they run over there. And oh yeah, that was it. So they were stuck. This turn they rally and they did not move 3 inches. I had a 3 inch move, I believe, when I rally. I should have done that because I would have helped for next turn. But anyway, my Lich Guards move up, charge the back of the Dreadknight, making sure that Nemesis and Raid is not into contact. And yeah, through the shooting, my Heldrake kills 6 of the Imperial Guard guys, but passes his moral check. In his turn, his Great and Clean one moved up where he is now. He summons 10 pink horrors, which scatter right next to the objective. 3 is a unit of strike GreyKnights move towards my cultists. So shooting killed 1 of my flayed ones, and then in the assault phase I finished the Dreadknight thanks to the Lich Guards and the resilience of the Immortals. I mean, you put everything onto the Immortals, kind of fluffed it once every turn. I think I lost 1 Immortal throughout the whole combat, stuck around, and with the Nemesis Andrake flexible warlord traits, I've been able to give them reroll 1s to it in close combat in the assault phase. So yeah, the Dreadknight is dead. I move the Lich Guards toward Pask. I move the remaining warriors towards the guys on the right, hoping to take them out next turn, and of course move the Flayed one as close as possible to that objective. So yeah, it didn't go well for the cultists. The GreyKnights charge, they get a charge. Overwatch did nothing. He gets into the charge. He killed 3. I kill 1, lose by 2. I have to do a moral check. I run away. Completely forgot. My army is Crimson Hunter. He causes fear. So all roll for fear test. Check, unfortunately, that could have helped. But ultimately, he ran me down and gets the objective 5 there, which that's 1 less, 1 more for him. My Heldrake hovered previous turn, trying to be a big target so he doesn't shoot anything else. And he shots and does 8 wounds, but he's fearless. He got a priest in the unit, so that's not enough. Way not enough. And yeah, the game ends and stay there. So unfortunately, yeah, sorry, it was turn 4 or turn 5. We couldn't do another turn, unfortunately, because there was my Lich Guards would go into Pask. That would be Warlord. My Flayed ones and my remaining Immortals would get these puny Imperial Guards off that objective and control it. Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate, but it did not happen. I'm not sure my Warlord is dead or just say that I lost the game, but that's where we are. That's sad. That's very sad. It was really tough to play against. Still, Necrons super resilient even against a Pask formation. Also, gods, really, really tough. I should have played better with my Heldrake, get rid of a strike squad, and probably ignore the Greater Unclean one if I could have. That would have been much better. There you go. Hindsight is 2020. Molofin was expected, so much shooting. I wasn't really expecting him to get in combat, but he did his job. He took a lot of fire away from his firing squads, and dead right there in the middle of the table. Thanks for magnetizing, for the cynic display of complete failure. And here's what one Heldrake can do against a blob squad. Not much, especially when a blob squad has a priest inside. And the might of the Wyverns. Yeah, the Wyverns took a lot of my Necrons out. So much shooting. Incidentally, it took as well my last unit of cultists, which was camping on objective since turn 1. So yeah, they did good. They did really good. It's really good. I hate these guys. And the pro unit of flayed ones, which I think is really an awesome unit for the amount of points you get. So many attacks, they infiltrate, they're so tough. It's a unit to reckon with. I'm toying with the idea of getting 2 units of these because for the price, very, very useful, especially in conjunction with Chaos Space Marines in your face type of ally. But yeah, that's the game. In total, I scored 1 victory point, which I believe was it First Blood? Oh no, Linebreaker. I did not get First Blood. So yeah, I got Linebreaker. Woohoo! And my opponent scored something like a 15 or 17. So kudos to James and his list. Yeah, I wasn't really hopeful, but I was hoping for a bit more. Again, if I would have taken off that unit of GreyKnight strike from the start, it would have been much easier, and ignore the Great Unclean one with a spawn, maybe get in combat with a Death Squad, which was on the edge there behind the Wyverns, and get to the Wyverns. Yeah, tough game. Hope you enjoyed, and let's see what Game 3 is gonna bring.